So this is gonna be a palace room with commentary. I have slept 2 hours tonight, so hopefully I will be able to do some proper information here. The floors are pretty simple. Of course, what you want to do is start off by spamming all your intuitions, because we are here for loot. At this point we're gonna start basically pulling all the time. You constantly want to have something going on. It's not that important on 150 and 160 and maybe even 170 floors, but you want to keep your time high. Though, don't think about time really, it will just stress you out. So what I like to do is just pull everything while I move across the room or the floor, see if there is an interesting rooms I can go for. I don't like going for the rooms with a lot of proximities. I also like to skip rooms because I don't feel like I need to check every chest, because that's just going to be a waste of time. So once I will try to find the exit, like that's my first objective. And when I have found the exit, I will look at my commanders and see if I'm missing anything important, like steel or strength. In this case, I'm a little bit low on witching. I had a few incidents or accidents happening on previous floors, but I'm not too worried about that. We still have like 30-40 floors before the witching becomes very good. Most of these are pretty simple to kill, or all of them are easy to kill. I prefer avoiding the gremlins and the puddings, because I feel they do a little bit more damage than the Deepire, or they do more damage. And yeah, I wanna keep my potions, I'm a greedy bastard, so. Serenity, well, we do have haste, so we do not wanna Serenity, even though we got the Serenity chest, because we want the haste. Serenity removes buffs and debuffs, so hopefully I'm not wrong about certain things here, but I will try my best. You kind of just want to get rid of all your intuitions on this floor, and then you'll just work your way. I'm saving my racings for 171. You don't need a racing before that, unless you get one or overcap. Because as I said on the previous floor, nothing here is really scary. You can kill everything. So here I could use sight and do like this. The donut rooms are very good. They can be life-saving on the later floors, because yeah, You just kite around and you won't take as much damage as you would if you didn't have the donut room. And it can also make a few difficult mobs pretty easy to kill as well. So if you find a donut room, use it. My runs might be a little bit sloppy since I've done them so many times that I'm not that focused on maximizing or, you know, doing the optimized runs. But this is a proximity mob, pretty easy to kill. You just run away from the gaze. So yeah, the reason why you want to find the exit very fast is in case there is a treasure room with loads of enemies, because it will take time if there is a lot of proximity mobs. And yeah, that can be a huge time sink. Here I'm very lucky. I almost forgot about the treasure. The patrols here are very easy to deal with. Their spell does quite a bit of damage, but you can just wiggle like this, and then you will be ready when the animation comes. Going for loot like this is very dangerous, because it can be traps, but I don't care. So if you're really focused on, you know, getting Necromancer, you shouldn't do what I do. You should avoid going for treasures that are in the middle of a room. I also like to have a pot constantly running, but I'm trying to, you know, only use what's necessary. I've been a little bit sloppy on that lately, where I just spam potions all the time. If you have a lot of potions, you can spam them, like constantly have a pot running if you're afraid of something happening. Let's say you step into a toe trap and you have an aggro on a mob, then you at least have a few seconds to run. Yeah. You could argue I'm wasting a little bit of time here because I'm overcapping on the mobs since I have the floor open, but it doesn't really matter. These floors are fast. It's more like a problem on 171 plus. Then you don't want to overcap on mobs much as you can. Also another trick you want to do, later on, I will show it when it happens, is that you want to press or use sprint before opening a chest. Because mimics will be a pain in the ass later. And popping a sprint will help you a lot with killing the mimics. And you can wait to open the new chest, and there's like 6 seconds left on your interrupt. It takes about 6 seconds. Here I should probably pull the pot instead, since I can't really see another room from here. But again, it doesn't matter on this floor. I usually want to start off with the proximity mobs. Because sight and sound you can walk around, but you can't do that with proximity. Unless they move far away though. But that's also a time sink. I don't think, I'm not sure about this, but I think it can be upwards to like 30 seconds before mob moves. And if you do that, let's say 10 times, that's 5 minutes. And 5 minutes is a lot on the later floors. Gonna pot here. I don't like being below 50 HP, 50% HP. As long as you're over 50%, then it's nice. Then you can play comfortably. It's a good habit to have, in my opinion. Never go below 50%. Okay, I'm just gonna pull this. In case this is the last one, it's most likely not, but if I'm unlucky, he will turn when I open the room and I can't leave the room. And again, I don't need to explore the last rooms, because everything is pretty full. I don't need a witching. Not yet, at least. A rage, that's... If I get rage like this, I can go check the other rooms. Then it's, you know, it's pretty easy. You just one-shot the mobs. Still a little bit risky to go in the middle of the room, even though we have a rage. Especially on the later floors again. For example, like this. This could be a luring trap, or I could have like 2 mobs on me already and I will just get blown up. So don't be greedy, like me again. Just hug the walls, even though you have a rage, unless it's sighted or safetied. Or, you know, you feel like, oops, almost forgot the range. Unless you feel like you're low on time, then you can, you know, do the quick routes, but again, avoid it. You also want the food buffs going. I don't remember quite what bonuses, but there's a few bonuses that doesn't count in Palos. I'm not sure which one, but I think it's crit and skill speed and such that doesn't count, but you want the determination and vitality. If I spend a lot of time on this floor, that's the reason why I'm not popping that strength immediately. I want to see how much time I use. And then I will just go back and pick it up again. So then I will have it refreshed when I enter 56. Again, my movement is a little bit sloppy. You can kite them like this. I have already seen the exit. Devil Lads are probably the most annoying mobs to deal with on this floor because of the ice spikes and the slow they give. You can't attack them when they have the ice spike buff. But yeah, the slow, it's really annoying. Affluence, don't use that. Even if you get a fortune, you know, it's still worth using it. Just use every chest you find. Usually you don't use Lust if you find them because of the AoE, but still usable. I can maybe show you a few things around the Lust when I get to the higher floors. If I do not run out of Lusts for that. One thing here, there is a treasure, so I want to find that, of course, but since I found the strength on this floor, I also kind of want to try to find a steel. Since I already have a strength going, then I don't have to focus on keeping my strength to the next floors. I can just take my time with this floor. My time is good. So that means, yeah, I feel like I can, you know, take my time on this floor, check every chest, and see if I can find the steel. Because you don't want to use just strength if you first pot or steel. You want to use them both to optimize the time you have on them. So this is very nice. Here I just want to clear as many as I can before I lose my rage. This is fine. Yeah, like see. And now I accidentally pulled one more. I don't have to steal here, but I will. I can outrun this with sprint and tactician. So that's also the thing, you know, you wanna keep your resources, so you don't wanna... Now I have to pop sprint, since I pulled the other one. I can use slow. Okay, maybe not on that one. So yeah, you just find one, foot case, and then you just kite. So there's no need to use rage or witching for that matter. Since I pulled the fourth one, then it's gonna get a little bit spicy. While I'm doing this, I can also check the others if I find a fortune. Can use that. We have time. And you really shouldn't spread the aggro like I'm doing. You should, you know, focus on getting one down. The risky part about trying to loot while you have enemies on you is that it might be a mimic. And if you already have 3 mobs on you and you get a mimic, well, then you most likely have to use a witching potion. So there might still be a trap here, unless I completely forgot. As I said, I have slept 2 hours, so... Usually there's a trap here, like by that chest, like there. Somewhere. Traps actually do have set positions. So if you wanna take the big brain, the time waste to learn every single trap, you can do that actually. But if you can remember all the traps, or you know, I don't recommend that. It's just a waste of time. But the race, that's fine. So yeah, you see how much time that went to this floor all of a sudden because unexpected things happened. I screwed up on my attacking. And if you keep doing that, you're gonna lose some time. I like to have a real good time. So yeah, you can skip floors. I mean, not floors, but rooms. And I'm probably forgetting to mention a lot of neat things to know, but Doom floor or Gloom, we don't need to Serenity. Even if it was no items or no potions, we still would be fine. Especially since we have Strength Potion and Steel Potion going. So the only bad thing now is that we're gonna lose time on our potions. So what we can do actually, since we got a lust, is that we can actually just use... Now we can clear up the donut room, but... Let me stop attacking. That's a little bit annoying that the imp went back. I wanted to just get the lust back and move on. That means I can check this room meanwhile without losing too much time. Steal. Just gonna steal instantly because I'm gonna move away from this part of the floor. You could argue you can just go back and get it, but you're still gonna use 30 seconds on your strength by doing that, so there is no need for me to go back. I'd rather just keep it. Got a patrol coming. If there is a floor with a lot of patrols, I'll just like to clear as much patrols as I can. So your priority would be like proximity and patrols, in my opinion. But if you're confident in yourself, then, you know, you don't have to clear a single patrol, of course. You know, it keeps you safe if you're bad at paying attention to your back. Another rage, but we do have the knockback debuff, so it ain't gonna help us. That's the sad part about playing solo, that you can't do the cheese by popping it and then go into the key, fourth key, and, you know, another guy loots the chest. It's really tempting to continue pushing towards the floor up there. Since I affluenced this floor, I'm gonna save that still, because it's right next to the port key. But yeah, it's really important to continue up here because it's site-based room. And it's also 2 chests, so... So now we got, oops. So now we got refill on strength and steel. It's really good. I would keep away from the soul flares, so if this was a no item floor, then I would not go for them, because they heal and you can't really out DPS them if it's a gloom floor with no items and you don't have a strength and steel. It's gonna be really hard to deal with them unless you can use a trap or something. So try to avoid them if there is no item and gloom and you don't have steel and strength. I forgot was, yeah, this was man. Just gonna lose this one. Yeah, here you see I didn't aggro my auto attack, so I took a bit of damage. This sucks so hard. Again, my time, it's fine. You usually want to spend like 5-6 minutes on each floor. I mean, rooms. That leaves you with enough time to kill the boss as well. Another gloom floor. Same as last This is just gonna take a little bit longer to clear. Should be careful about looting when you have a mimic on you, in case there's two, or like you get two mimics, because then you're gonna end up with pogs. And we do not want that. It's no biggie really, but you know, it gives you damage reduction, stops your auto heal. So here I'm considering popping sprints. Just run back and forth here. I like to drop the mimic a little bit before I continue on the previous. Just so I can save my interject, or like head gaze, yeah. Because now I do most like a kill the mimic without having to use my head gaze again. Or actually, never know. And if I wanna, if the mimic drops the chest, I will have to wait. See, now I have to wait like 20 seconds after killing the mimic to loot. It might not seem that much, but 20 seconds can be the difference between, you know, being able to clear a hard mob, since you have potions sticking, you know. Let's say it's 30 seconds left on your potions. And that's enough for you to kill a hard, or technically unkillable mob. But since you spent those 20 seconds on, you know, waiting to loot the chest, you might not be able to kill that mob and you don't get the floor clear. These are just minor optimizations, I guess. There's a lot of buts and ifs. Because you don't have to loot the chest the mimic drops if you are set. Like, sure, let's say the mimic dropped the chest now. I don't have to loot it because I have a strength and steel. Even though, you know, it could be a refresh. So it's more like up to you if you know. But you will, you know, get into it. The more you play Palace, the easier it is to adapt to the circumstances, because no floor is like, or the situations are going to be different, the debuffs are going to be different. So one run is never going to be the same. But you have the foundation to sort of improvise. Or you know what you can do in certain situations because you have experienced something like that before. Just give me a second here. Just got a notification on Discord where apparently the espresso machine at my partner exploded for some reason. So that was kind of funny to read. Archdemons are probably the most annoying patrols you're gonna meet. And you will see why. But there's a trick to deal with this. 30 seconds, right? So then you just pull 2. It's a little bit risky because you can get CC'd in their ability. But at least you don't get paralyzed 2 times. So now I only get paralyzed for 30 seconds instead of 45. Which is a quality of life. They are not dangerous, so you know, pulling 2 is doable. This is a really short floor. Just gonna loop around the imp. Safety? Just gonna do that. There is no reason for me not to use safety. Even though if I were to take the portkey here, let's say there is a trap in the middle of the room here, and I get a luring trap. So since there's strength, I wanna check this treasure room. Alteration, sure we can do that. I don't really like using alterations, but I do use them. I just, you know, I hate my life when there is a treasure room full of mimics. But on the other hand, if it is the onion boys in a treasure room, then you're gonna have a field day, you know. So yeah, we already have the exit. I'm just gonna clear the mimics since this is the last floor. Mimics and the onion boys have increased, or it's more leak, I suppose. Have a bigger chance to drop loot. So I want to see if I can get another steal. So I don't have to use my steal, because you have to use steal and strength for 151 boss. Or like 151 plus. So I could pull another mimic here. But I also considered pulling the patrol, but I'm just gonna do the mimic instead. Again, I'm not playing that optimized, so I'm trying to focus more on giving the tips I can give. And not totally focus on your rotations and, you know. We are not here to parse or anything. Rage, that is really good. That means I can just bonk my way. So yeah, I'm not gonna bother really clearing the whole entire floor, because I have to run back and forth to loot anyways, and hey, at least I get to keep 1 strength. So that's fine. 5 minutes, that's enough to kill the boss. Because you don't need strength for the entire fight, you just kinda need a steal. The steal is the important when doing the bosses. Except Bahamut, then you need strength. But you wanna combine them. Also wanna do this one. This is a little bit annoying. I might be able to cheese my way. No. You kind of, sort of, you kind of can dodge sight by running in front of them. If that makes sense. But you have to have the correct angle and, you know. It's a little bit coin flip. And this is more like a theory I have, because I have done it a few times on 141, I think, with the eye thingies, the eyeballs. I don't remember the names at the moment, I'm really bad with names. this is a very simple boss. Just wanna lust. You can do it without lust, no problem. And the closer you are to the boss, the less damage. You don't have to find a safe spot, you can just hug the wall and stand basically underneath him, and he won't push you over to the other side. Very straightforward boss. You can pop sprint, you can pop tactician if you want to take reduced damage and save a few pots, but I'm lazy. So this is the safe spot, right? But I can do this without any worries. Because he's not gonna push me into them. So yeah, this is basically for 151 to 160. Very straightforward, very easy floors. So I can try to summarize off my memory as far as I can. Gloom floors are no problem, no items floor are no problem, but if you have a no item and a gloom floor, and I'm not even entirely sure it's possible with steel and strength as well on those floors to kill the soul flayers, so I would avoid those. Because then you most likely die. They will just heal and drag out the fight until you're dead. Imps, those are fine as long as you don't hit them with ice bites. Patrols, really simple to deal with. The monoliths do have a double attack, so you wanna kinda be 50% or higher. Archdemons, just annoying. Very easy to kill, but you know, 30 seconds paralyzes debuff. The rest of the mobs are pretty easy as well. Also, I do not fight the special mobs during these floors if you come across one. That's an unnecessary risk. There is basically high risk, very low reward for doing that. Which is kinda sad. Because if you manage to kill a hard enemy, you kinda want, you know, reward for it. So I hope stuff made sense. I do have another run ongoing, so I'm gonna try to do 2 rounds with commentary. These videos are for my FC members that are trying to run Palace, but I'm just gonna put it out there in case, you know, there is other people that want a few tips and tricks. There's a ton of good guides out there as well. And, you know, if you fuck up, you fuck up. And you can always start over again. So yeah, I wish you the best.